Previously on What Happened to Holly Bartlett.
On a cold winter's morning in March of 2010, Holly Bartlett, a 31-year-old grad student who was blind, was found clinging to life under the MacKay Bridge in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. She died of her injuries.
I would think you would need somebody to reconstruct. If it was a fall or something like that.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of feeling discouraged. The more information we get, I keep circling back around to the same information we started with. So there's something missing here. If Holly ended up under the bridge with her bag, how did her personal belongings, some of them anyway, end up back in the parking lot right outside her condo?
How did that get up there when she was down here? That's the million-dollar question.
Holly Bartlett was found unconscious under the MacKay Bridge after a night out with her friends.
The initial police investigation was wrapped up really quickly. Drunk, blind girl, case closed.
The 31-year-old's death in March 2010 was ruled an accident.
There's a lot of hours in there that we don't know where she was. There's parts of me that sort of died with my sister.
I really would like to know what happened to Holly. Somebody knows.
This is What Happened to Holly Bartlett.
All right, it looks like he's not here yet.
Okay.
A few weeks ago, Peter and I, we were here to canvass the building here at Kencrest because it directly looks over the site where Holly was found. We wanted to find people who might have had any memory of that night. So everyone that we connected with basically suggested that we try to find Kelly Moore.
Right.
The super at the time, Kelly Moore, might be able to help us with some information, so we're here to meet him today. Thanks for coming. I'm Maggie.
Maggie, nice to meet you.
Really nice to meet you.
Peter.
Peter, nice to meet you.
So Kelly, when was this the building that you ran?
2007 to 2015.
I'm sure you must remember everything that went down with Holly. Did the police ever reach out to you?
God, it was a couple of months later.
A couple months?
I believe so, yeah, it was 2 or 3 months later. I had said that I had seen or heard nothing.
What about security cameras? Anything like that back here?
Well, at that time, I did have one in the back here. Those have since been discarded.
Nobody asked you about security cameras
Nobody
at the
asked
time?
me about it, no.
The police, when they came to...
No.
So the security cameras, I'm really curious as to, it would just look over the parking lot. It wouldn't necessarily see down like by where she was found or anything like that.
No, it was a wide angle camera that caught the whole parking lot.
To learn that there was a camera that could have been reviewed immediately, that nobody ever asked for it or reviewed it, is just unbelievable. The footage could have been everything to see what was on it or even what wasn't. I can't believe there was video footage right there that even though it was only the parking lot that was lit, who knows what it could have shown.
Right.
It looks like the angle that he was describing would have pointed right at the top of the abutment that they said she fell from.
Yeah, and even if it didn't show down there, to rule out anything in the parking lot or to see something in the parking lot.
Yeah. We could have seen whether Holly was in the parking lot or not. This idea that she crawled up the abutment, we could have ruled that out or confirmed it.
Just another thing that wasn't looked into.
Every time we get a little lead that like the door just closes. It's just shattering that we don't have that footage and that it's gone. We know that Holly was found 350 meters away from her front door. I'm still really struggling to understand how that happened at all. It doesn't make sense that she would become disoriented and lose her way like that. Peter's dad, Brian, he interviewed everybody that Holly was with on that last night. He's gonna share what he learned with me.
The story the police had said that her friends said that she was the drunkest that they'd ever seen her. Obviously, you need to determine, is that the case? Did she really have that much to drink?
just gonna come up here on the right in the location where the fireside used to be.
She went out to dinner with Moira.
Yeah.
By her account, they'd had 2 drinks. She had had 2 martinis. They were a chocolate martini, and this was confirmed by Moira. So you got to remember, too, she'd consumed food while she was having her drink, so there was something there for the alcohol. And then they left there. They walked down the road to the liquor store on the way to Jeff Brown's house party.
So this is what used to be the Clyde Street liquor store.
It wasn't that far a walk. What are we looking at?
No,
4 or 5 blocks, maybe?
Yeah, less than 8 minutes or something like that.
They purchased a bottle of wine. They went to Jeff Brown's house party where they consumed the bottle of wine. And then we know that somebody had made a martini and that person didn't like it. And Holly had said that she'd like to try it. So she tasted it, but whether she consumed it or not, we're not sure. Then they left shortly thereafter until they went to the graduation party ceremonies. They basically walked arm in arm, and Moira said that they were both a little tipsy. And when we got to the function, Holly insisted on having another drink. I'm guessing that she consumed that drink. Following that, she was seen seated drinking water. So that was the last of the alcohol that we could track, and that was through the witnesses that were there at the graduation as well.
And you also marked in your notes that Holly spent a lot of time with Erica and with Gabriel too that night.
Eric escorted her to the washroom. When I talked to him, did you need to help her? Was she intoxicated to the point that she couldn't walk? And no, she wasn't. She could walk and talk, and she negotiated to the washroom just fine with no issues. She called a cab. This is how I knew what time it was because...
Right, because it was logged.
Yeah, Moira had it on her phone.
Oh, right.
And when I asked her, did you have any reason to believe that Holly was intoxicated beyond the point of being able to do things normally or function normally? And she said no, or she would have never let her go in the cab. And when I asked her when she left the function, did you have to help her up the stairs? She said no, only guide her, and that was it. She had steady walk and she had coherent speech. And we were able to track 5, possibly 6 drinks between 6 and midnight. So it just didn't amount to drunk blind girl gets disoriented.
What about security cameras?
I did have one in the back here. Those have been discarded.
And we were able to track 5, possibly 6 drinks between 6 and midnight. So she had steady walk and she had coherent speech. It just didn't amount to drunk blind girl gets disoriented.
Right. Holly was tiny. She was 4'11", weighed just over 100 pounds. We've learned that she had about 5 to 6 drinks that night, but we need to meet with an expert. We're gonna be connecting with Jim Wigmore, who is this leading toxicologist in Canada, to help explain how that amount of alcohol can metabolize in someone's body. So we sent him all information that we have relating to Holly's blood, basically.
The blood sample was taken at 10:30 a.m. on the morning she was found under the bridge in March of 2010.
What we're trying to get here is information about whether her blood alcohol level was correctly interpreted, basically. Oh. Hi.
Nice to meet you. I'm Jim Wigmore.
Hi, Jim.
Forensic toxicologist.
So, Jim, just to start, I was wondering if you could summarize your findings.
According to the toxicology report, at about 10:30, when the blood was taken, the alcohol level was about 0.09 or 90 milligrams of alcohol in 100 milliliters of blood, which is just slightly over the legal limit at the time the blood was taken.
So if Holly was just over the legal limit for driving at 10:30 a.m., what would the blood alcohol level be 10 hours earlier?
She would have eliminated, at a low rate, 10 milligrams of alcohol in 100 milliliters of blood per hour.
Okay.
So for 10 hours, you would add 10 times 10, 100. So you'd add 100 to the 90 she started at, and around midnight, she was 190 milligrams of alcohol in 100 milliliters of blood.
So In Nova Scotia, the legal driving limit is 80 milligrams. We know that on Friday night, Holly's reading would have been around 190, which is about 2.5 times the legal driving limit. But we still don't fully understand what that means in terms of her comportment.
The alcohol level that you get depends on your height, age, weight, and gender, basically.
Yes.
I was also given that she was observed to have approximately 6 drinks, and over the period of time, and due to her light body weight and being a woman, those 6 drinks would give her a much higher blood alcohol concentration than a large male.
We all know that a man who's 6'4" and 225 pounds, scientifically, is better equipped to handle 6 drinks over the course of 6 hours. Holly was tiny.
It sounds like the calculation you did was pretty consistent with the number of drinks that was suspected she had.
Yeah, they're consistent with each other.
Okay. It's impossible for us to comment on how her body specifically tolerated and metabolized alcohol, and we'll never know exactly what her experience of drunkenness was that night. It was a cold winter's night. It was -6 degrees. It was windy. The ground was frozen. We have to look at all of the factors here, and one of them is, would alcohol really be enough to explain why Holly would wander down this long path and end up crawling through a hole in the fence? Is it possible to tell, based on the figures, whether somebody was disoriented or not?
So you have alcohol intoxication, which would cause some disorientation. Then as we have increasing hypothermia, the brain starts shutting down and you start having bizarre behavior you can have. Some victims, before they die, will take their clothes off. Some will hide underneath holes. It's called a tunneling syndrome. The Germans call this type of behavior, the translation is cold craziness.
When Holly was found, she was fully clothed. There was no evidence of disrobing, of tunneling. She exhibited none of those signs or symptoms.
What's happening is your body, in reaction to the cold, cuts off the blood supply to the arms and legs. Now, the problem with alcohol is it causes blood flow to the arms and the legs. Your body's trying to prevent the cold loss, but alcohol's stopping that. So you're more likely to have hypothermia with alcohol than without alcohol and have it induced at a faster rate because you're losing all that heat.
Right.
Alcohol intoxication is a risk factor of hypothermia deaths. We see it all the time.
Okay. Once again, we don't know what happened that night. We don't know how long it took her to get from convoy down to the point in the fence, which they guess she entered.
Right. Holly drinking 6 drinks in 6 hours could have played a part in hypothermia, but hypothermia causing her to act differently, causing her to walk away from her home instead of into her home, makes no sense to me.
According to the toxicology report, the alcohol level was just slightly over the legal limit at the time the blood was taken. You're more likely to have hypothermia with alcohol than without alcohol and have it induced at a faster rate because you're losing all that heat.
Hypothermia causing her to act differently, causing her to walk away from her home instead of into her home, makes no sense to me.
I would think you would need somebody to reconstruct if it was a fall or something like that.
So Tom, you want to walk around the outside of the fence?
The police version of how Holly Bartlett ended up at the base of the abutment under the MacKay Bridge does not add up to us. So we've invited private investigator Tom Martin here today, and we're going to try to recreate her alleged movements from that night.
My entire career was spent as a police officer, 15 years of it as a homicide investigator. What I have to do is I have to look at all the possibilities, and I have to look at the police theory from 2010.
Obviously, the significance of this area is this is where Holly was found the next morning.
Okay.
I'm trying to work from the outside in. I'm just trying to look at all the different avenues she could have followed to come down in here.
Yeah.
The first thing Tom wants to look closely at are the potential entry points to this abutment.
spot, according to the police theory, is she came in this fence line right here.
Yeah, the west fence. In 2010, the abutments were in a fenced area that was locked. To the north of the fence is the look-off overlooking Africville Park. To the east are the roads right alongside the coastline, overlooking the water. To the south is the fence line that rests below the parking lot at Kencrest Apartment building, where it joins the west side fence, and that runs alongside the footpath that leads to Africville Park. There were 2 holes in the fence. According to police, Holly entered one or the other.
Are they saying she came in here, and then they changed the story and said she came in here?
Yes.
After
Is that correct?
cane,
Yes.
right?
After the cane was found.
Initially, the police theory was that Holly crawled through a hole in the fence on the west side. That's along the footpath that leads to Africville Park. But then when they found her cane around the corner on the south side of the fence behind Kencrest Apartment, they changed their theory and decided that she must have gone through that hole on the south side.
Holly could have actually come in and just gone right up on this. No perimeter fence around this anchor.
Is it possible she climbed up to the top of the abutment, the anchor, and fell down?
This was open, totally.
There was no fence here as we see it now.
Yes, it is possible.
Can we go into the compound?
Yeah, we can go. We gotta go back down, but we can definitely go in. We want to get up on top of the abutment to see exactly where they suggest Holly went.
This is a hell of an embankment.
Yeah, it's very steep. Wow, I can't
Holly
see.
would know this, right?
Yeah. Also, again, the sound of the bridge traffic, which is, well, different. You can kind of tell you're under the sound. But holy steep.
Yeah.
I can't imagine taking a...
The degree of angle is a lot more than I ever thought.
Yeah. The slope of the abutment is about 45 degrees. It's unbelievably steep. And Holly would never experience something like this. Her alarm bells would be going off if she took a few steps up this slope. I can't imagine taking more than a couple of steps before you turn around.
So if you want to have a full visual picture of the abutment, there's the 2 giant wedges side by side, and behind that there's a large, flat, rectangular concrete base by which you can access them. Police believe that Holly entered the area through a hole in the fence on the south side, then passed the south ramp and climbed the north ramp.
Well, if she came in here, why the hell would she walk all the way around the other side of this thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Why not walk up that ramp?
Yeah.
It's the most closest to her entry point, so that's logical. Either went around the back
Yeah.
or around the front.
But why?
Why is she here?
What the hell is she doing up here?
Why is she here? Why is she here?
Yeah.
Right.
Is it possible she climbed up to the top of the abutment, the anchor, and fell down?
Why is she here?
What the hell is she doing up here?
Why is she here? Why is she here?
Yeah.
Right.
One of the police theories was that Holly went on her hands and knees and climbed to the top of the abutment.
According to police theory, she came up one of these. I think we can just walk up.
Okay, here we go.
Wow. I would think this is more than 20 feet down.
When you're looking down, it's a very sharp drop, measuring 22 feet, which works out to be about 6.7 meters.
They estimated she was found 12 and a half feet out from the northeast corner.
Yeah.
From the north anchor. That's this one.
Yeah.
So if she crawled, as they say, that's quite a steep, long crawl, but as you're crawling, of course, your hands are going first. Why would you keep going after your hand reached
reached the drop-off. I mean, she would have to know.
There's nothing there.
Yeah. I can't see how she could, unless she walked up. But if she went hands and knees.
But why would she though?
Oh, I mean, I can't get into that yet, but.
Even think about like at this angle, like what would make you think that you were
The angle
heading
is surprising.
somewhere?
The angle is very surprising to me. Even if she's intoxicated.
Yeah.
She's going to know
right?
something is not right here.
Yeah. Wouldn't you be more likely to go off a side than all the ways to the top if you were to fall, you know?
Well, if you're going to the top, what are you going to?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, some will say, oh, she's walking towards the traffic.
Yeah, yeah.
But she would know better than that.
The taxi dropped her off at home.
That's what he says.
Supposedly. Why is she walking towards traffic?
Yeah, it's not like she can mistaken this with the incline of her driveway.
If you look at this surface, it's got a coating on it.
Yeah.
You got a big exposed area here.
From before it was redone, you mean?
I would say yes. If, in fact, Holly came up here, stuff, if you give it a rub, see that white dust?
Yeah.
That's cement dust. So her pants, if she came up on her hands and knees, would have cement dust.
If she did that, there's 2 articles that we have now that could help us determine whether or not that happened. The first articles are pants, where she would have gone on her hands and knees, and I'm hoping that there may be some cement granules within the fibers of her pant.
Do you think they would still be there now?
Sure, why not?
Because
If the pants weren't washed.
Marion has them.
The second thing is her footwear. Had she gone up on her hands and knees, there should be scuff marks on her toes. That's something that I would like to explore a little bit further.
I never thought about concrete dust, but if we can test her clothing and her shoes, we might be able to confirm whether she was actually on that abutment or not.
Next time on What Happened to Holly Bartlett.
I have Holly's clothes there.
This is Holly helping us, and we just got to read it. We just got to see it, right? This would be slightly below the knee.
Executive producer Johanna Elliott, supervising producer Jennifer Comeau, director Sonia Jempolsky, story editor Connie Edwards, director of photography Mark Hammond, editor Jake Harris, composers David Anderson, Jason Michael McIsaac, research Maggie Rahr, Greg Jackson, online editor Kenneth Peterson, produced in association with Accessible Media Inc., integrated described video consultant Simone Cupid, development and production executive Andrew Morris, Ocean Entertainment Limited,
an AMI original production.